Hey everybody, Jay Superawesome here. I'd like to welcome you all to episode number 7 of my Slasher Movie Archives. In this video, I will be giving my review for My Bloody Valentine, released in 1981. There's more than one way to lose your heart. Okay, so getting into the plot for this one. On Valentine's Day, someone always loses their heart. 20 years ago, this small town lost more than that. When supervisors abandoned their posts to attend the town's annual holiday dance, a tragedy claimed the lives of 5 miners. The sole survivor, Harry Warden, was institutionalized, but returned for a vengeful massacre on the disaster's first anniversary. 19 years later, the town is gearing up for another Valentine's Day party. Teen sweethearts TJ and Sarah, along with their friend Axel, are among the excited partygoers. But when a box of candy containing a eerie warning and a blood-soaked heart arrive, the townsfolk realize that romance is as good as dead, and so are they. Okay, so getting into my thoughts for this one. My Bloody Valentine is and always will be one of my favorite slasher movies from the 1980s. The movie takes place in a small mining town called Valentine Bluffs, the little town with the big heart. That sounds pleasant enough, but this is the last place on earth that you would want to celebrate Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, Valentine Bluffs has its own death curse. This movie has a fantastic revenge setup with its storyline that plays off the tragic accident that took place 2 decades before, where 5 miners were trapped down in the mines after an explosion. The supervisors weren't doing their jobs and left early to go enjoy the town's Valentine's dance. For the town of Valentine Bluffs, Valentine's Day was the biggest day of the year, and the dance had been a 100-year tradition. They had to dig for 6 weeks to finally find the trapped miners, only to discover that there was only one survivor. Harry Warden was the sole survivor from the explosion. He had to resort to cannibalism to survive. 1 year later, on Valentine's Day, Harry Warden returns and kills those who were responsible for the tragic accident that happened in the mines. After 20 years of not celebrating Valentine's Day, the town is ready to put the tragedy behind them and are starting to decorate and prepare for the first Valentine's dance in 2 decades. But just days before the big celebration, the authorities begin to receive grim warnings to cancel the dance. So in fear that Harry Warden has returned, they do in fact cancel the dance. But that doesn't stop a group of friends from having their own party in the mines. The way the storyline is set up, it's structured perfectly for a slasher movie. You have the town legend who everybody fears, but you also have a great number of other characters who could potentially be doing the killings. So the movie does a great job of setting up misdirection on who's actually doing the killings and why they are killing. And the motivation behind the killings remains a mystery until the final reveal. I really like the fact that this movie takes place in a small mining community, and we have a lot of scenes that take place down in the mines. I know for myself personally, I would be feeling pretty claustrophobic if I was 2,000 feet down underground wandering around in these mine shafts, so it does have a slight claustrophobic vibe to it for me. We also have people who are separating and wandering off in every direction in these long underground tunnels, which only furthers the mystery with who's doing the killings, because really it could be anybody. And I should probably also mention that somebody is turning out the lights with their pickaxe. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the characters we have in My Bloody Valentine. TJ, Sarah, and Axel are the main characters in this movie storyline, and they are caught up in a love triangle. TJ and Axel were childhood friends, but now fight over Sarah. TJ first dated Sarah until he moved away, then Sarah hooked up with Axel, and now that TJ is back in town, he wants Sarah back. Nothing like a good lover's quarrel on Valentine's Day. I should also probably mention that TJ and Axel work together in the mines, which doesn't make the situation any easier having to be around each other. Overall, this movie is loaded with fun and likable characters that include TJ and Axel's other friends who also work in the mines, who also have their own love interests, who are friends with Sarah. So it's a pretty large group of friends and partygoers, and as I had mentioned before, once the town dance is canceled, they decide to throw their own party at the Hanniger Mines. And speaking of Hanniger, the mines are owned by the town's mayor, who is also TJ's father. So this movie has a lot of fun and likable characters with solid acting. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the most important part of a slasher movie, that is the killer and the kills. So I absolutely love the look of the minor killer in My Bloody Valentine. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite slasher villains. The look of the killer is amazing. Not only is it intimidating, but considering the fact that we have several different people who wear the same work uniform, it creates a lot of mystery for the killer. I also really like the backstory for the town's local legend, Harry Warden. Has Harry Warden returned to seek revenge on the town for celebrating Valentine's Day, or could it be any number of other people who wear the same work uniform? It's a fantastic setup for the mystery surrounding the killer in this movie. As far as the kills go in this movie, it does have a pretty decent body count. I believe we have somewhere around 9 kills. Unfortunately, some of them are off-screen kills, but for the most part, we do get to see the aftermath. But we do have a couple of scenes where we have Valentine's candy showing up in heart-shaped boxes with severed human hearts inside. We never find out who these victims are, and it does make it a little hard to figure out the exact number of victims. Of course, we get some pickaxe kills, my favorite being a person gets a pickaxe through the neck in a upwards motion and it's sticking out of the person's eye socket. We also have a person getting killed by the pickaxe and then stuffed into a dryer until the skin has melted off. We have a person's face getting stuffed down into a pot of boiling hot dog water. That's a heck of a way to be drowned. So overall, we have a lot of fun and entertaining kills. I thought the kills were perfectly set up and executed. My Bloody Valentine is a slasher classic. I'm going to recommend the Scream Factory Collector's Edition because it comes with the uncut version of the film. I'm also going to recommend it for its unique setting. The mine shafts are like a labyrinth of tunnels, and you never know where the killer might pop out from. Also, the minor killer in this movie is one of my all-time favorite slasher villains. IMDb give it a 6.3. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you have seen My Bloody Valentine, or just let me know what you think about my review. And as always, I would like to thank you all for watching.